is recorded here in Accra, Ghana, and powered by Hunukane Radio.
Yo, what's up, people? This is your favorite podcast, my favorite podcast, No Censor, and it's powered by Hunukane Radio. Today, we are talking about integrity. No quality. Meaning, no quality will be honesty. Hey, we are talking about integrity. Do Ghanaians have integrity or not? When you deal with the average Ghanaian, are you going to have some sort of integrity between the two of you? I have my beautiful people here. Everyone is going to have their take. What do you guys think, though?
No. We don't think that Ghanaians... Oh, no, let me speak for me. I don't think that... I don't think that Ghanaians have integrity like we claim we do. In fact, we have to stop going to church because... Charlie...
It hurts my feelings.
It
hurts my feelings.
I mean, I feel like you should go to church anyway.
Act like we are...
We'll
get into it.
The way we like to act like, oh, we are such Christians, we are pious, like we don't even deal with ourselves well. It's the little things. For example, if I come to borrow money from you and I say I'll pay you on a set date, if the money is not ready, not just money, or if I come for anything from you, and I say I will return it on a set date, and if I'm not able to, I should be able to call you and let you know, and then we can arrange from there. But some people will pretend like they don't know. Like after that, it's like, oh, we are still smiling, we are still cool. Like I hope you have forgotten about it. But even if it's one city, it's pretty annoying because I went out of my way to do that for you, and you cannot pretend that you have forgotten, so everything is gone. And that for me is the basis of all this integrity issue. From that, you can, if you do that to me, I cannot move ahead and do any type of dealings with you because even with a little experience, you can tell. And and sometimes it's the people closest to you. Yeah. It's not a stranger you don't know. Most of the time, how many times have your friends come to you for stuff and never returned it or never paid back? Do you understand?
That is true.
And so even if your friends are doing that, you can imagine someone who doesn't know you, what they will do to you.
Well,
so it's the little experiences.
Typically, we don't lend money to strangers. Fine, unless you're a bank. You tend not, you know what I mean? Like.
And we like to think we are very smart. When you're dealing with people, amongst our peers, let's say you have a business, someone wants to, most of the time, one party feels like, Charlie, I have to let you know, say I have to outsmart you, and that's very painful. If we had any type of integrity, Ghana will be moving faster than.
Maybe we have a type, the partial type.
But no, we pretend. We pretend like we have integrity. Yenja sorry no ko. We sing yanko pon time.
Forget. Some Ghanaians, majority.
What's your experience?
We're in the music industry.
Yeah.
That shit explained a lot.
Oh, I'm not even going to go into that topic.
Like, if I scream, they'll say I'm mad. But let me bellow because there's certain things that I experience with integrity. For me coming from England to Ghana, being in the music industry, everyone's like looking at me like, yeah, this guy's got money. This guy. Cool. Let me get this.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like, it's long.
Yeah.
It's long. Like, I've even had one of my friends, he's my friend now. He will come to me, he will call me. Oh, my mom's ill. Okay, it's not my fault.
Waiting concern me.
This man said it's not my fault. I didn't do it.
Can I get, I don't know, 200 cities. I'm just like,
2 million.
Let me see something. Okay, did it the first time, did it the second time. The third time, I said, so you don't have healthcare for your mum, or is there a serious problem? But then I'll see him in the club popping bottles with all of his uncles. I said, yeah.
No, but the uncles only pay for the fun. You are the health
insurance.
You are the health insurance.
I can never be the health insurance.
Do
you know how shit the health insurance is in Ghana?
You were the health insurance. 3 times.
Can never.
Or twice. Almost 3. Almost 3.
No, I can't lie. I fired myself. But like,
Listen, this is what I'll say about our people, right? Because the thing is, this is what makes it really hurt for me, right? Like, if you deal with certain people, like, for instance, when I grew up in a lot of places, like, one of those places being Nigeria, right? Okay. Nigerians tend to be very straightforward with you, right? When nobody likes being caught and made a fool of, right? But the thing is, they pretty much are straightforward with you, like, listen, Charlie, it's a hustle, I'm trying to hustle. We have built up this, I don't know where we got it from. Some say it's from colonialism or whatever it is, right? But we got this stiff upper lip British thing of like, no, let's maintain this facade of like of integrity. That's the funny thing. That word integrity is the thing we sort of base our cultural identity around, especially the Akan people, right? I'm not gonna pretend like I know too many Aga and Northerners, and forgive me if I missed out your tribe, Charlie. It's been a day, but my point being. That thing we move with, we're like, oh no, like almost every person you do any kind of business with, whether it's your landlord, shout out to you, whether it's negative shout out, but shout out to you, whether it's a landlord or like, you've hustled, and you finally bought yourself a little car. And what do you want to do?
Elantra.
Right? No, Elantra. Well, that's even nice for what I'm saying. You bought yourself like a nice little Mattis, right? And they're trying to now what? Get a guy to drive it to get you more money, right?
No.
And what do they always say? I'm a very principled person.
Oh, boy.
And in practice, we all know that they can't spell principle.
Can they even spell Prince?
Well, they claim to be.
Yeah. And then when it comes time to pay, it's
when
like,
it comes time, well, the excuses. If I'm a principal person, right? Charlie, listen, Kokusi, I know you lent me 200 Ghana. I know I'm supposed to pay it on Monday, right? I'm not going to make that deadline. I am sorry. That's an inconvenient for you, and I didn't mean to. But this is what it is. What can we do? Because whether you kill me or whether you slap me, right? You're not going to get it. So what can we do? I can get it by this time. Is that acceptable? Yes, no. Ghanaians will never do that. You call them.
for your own money.
For your own money. And then when you're calling, you can even hear it before they answer like, oh, this guy. They owe you money. And they're annoyed that you're collecting.
Do you know that logic here? Say it out loud and see if you don't laugh to yourself. Cool, I'll wait.
Right?
Do you know how mad that is?
It's mad.
Like, how are you mad at me?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Oh, it's not all here.
I want my money.
To get my money.
The thing is, Okafu Didi. I'm not the only person who owes in Ghana. I mean,
no, for sure.
It's not small money.
Also, think of it on a larger scale, right? Not just that. The debtor is mad that the creditor is coming to collect, right? I know where you grew up. That's not how it works.
No.
What your creditor can do to you?
Boy.
Ha. Bailiff.
Live the beat.
Forgetting that for a second, right? We live in a culture where if I tell the truth about something,
then you even become the enemy.
That's what I was gonna.
If somebody does something to me, or I know that this guy used to beat his girl.
Turn your
right?
cheek, boy.
If I tell the next girl he's moving to, sis,
Be
man's a bit
careful.
handsy and not in the way you want, right? She's like, Quest said that
Your friend.
And then your boy's gonna come to you now.
Then
Why did
this
you
man-
tell her this?
He's not
No,
my boy. I'm
no.
not friends with no one like that. My point is,
He's not going to come to you. He'll start being funny
he will
towards
start.
you.
Not even the sly funniness. That's even like the best case scenario. This man is now gonna do a smear campaign, right? And whether he says straight up, some old tins or whether it's like, he's making up lies. Either way, if you are the culprit, if you are the one who told on that dude, in our culture, you are the what?
Snake.
Yeah.
The snake or the bad guy, right? You're the bad man guy because
Oh,
you are cock blocker, right? Meanwhile, you just told the truth. And it's not like something nobody knows.
Yeah.
It's a known thing. But you told, therefore you are the guy who fucked up.
Yep.
Snitches get stitches.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Snitches get stitches. But I tell you what, the stitches I give are not pleasant. I'm just saying.
Can you be?
No. Because if I told the truth, trying to help somebody else,
Yeah.
right? And the thing is, like, everybody likes to believe. And forget even this issue. In general, most people operate on the assumption that I'm a good person, right? Now, I'm not saying good people don't make bad decisions, right? Or do bad things every now and again. It happens. But Charlie, if somebody pulls you up on something, right? Like that, like we all have that friend who's like, yo, that guy always borrows money and never pays up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
New person comes into the group, right? It's like, yo, have y'all seen Kwekusi? Like, you lend him money? Bro,
You're done, man.
and you're not going to see that guy for a while, right?
Utiate.
Meanwhile, if Kwekusi hears you,
Bro.
if he hears you saying this, it's like, why are you spoiling my name?
Meanwhile, that's you.
I mean, you don't have any name to be destroyed.
I'm
The
so
name is already
disappointed.
destroyed.
But it's
I
like this-
shall give you. How you going to talk this about?
So how in the hell can we be
Who be spoiling something that's already
No, they
destroyed?
can't.
And it's like most of the time when you're doing business with people in Ghana, the first thing, and I've seen it happen in front of me. They're like, no, they're gonna fuck us, so let's fuck them first. They're gonna cheat us, so let's just beat them to it. And what kills me is this opportunity, Charlie, is like, please, Miss Austin, remind me of that story not even a story, the thing you read off of Twitter, or was it Instagram, about somebody who was hired as a favor.
the Nanaba anonymous thing. Oh. So it's this guy who has his master's and hasn't worked. Is it 6 or 4 years? Reached out to Nanaba. Nanaba tried to get him a job at her friend's company. He gets paid 4,000 or 4,500.
45 million. I said no.
45 million old Ghana cedi.
To the down.
And he gets there, gangs up with some other employees, and they steal from the person, their employer, almost 100,000.
To the tune of, I think
100,000 cedis or $100,000 meaning, but
How long has he been
100,000.
working there?
I don't even want to know. I'm very sure it's a short while.
it wasn't that long.
It's not that long.
Hey,
So
Information.
Nanaba is definitely not helping anybody again.
He's
Why-
ruining
why
for
would she?
everybody.
Why would she? Like,
He's ruining for everybody. First
the
of all-
expression? Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah.
Your kind of WS Italia.
Thank you for that wonderful translation.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean,
Like,
that guy has
when I
ruined it for
put
everybody.
yourself in her shoes.
That was what I said. I was
4,000.
like,
And the other thing is, when I heard the story
4,000,
initially, like, my
she's
mind
not
jumped
helping.
to, oh, maybe he was getting paid like
If you make it
300
4K a month, why is
When
he-
I heard he's making 4 or 5.
4,000
No,
4,500. Even
Ghana.
I will
Ghana.
in this Ghana, yes.
in this Ghana.
If I'm
How?
making 4,500 a month in Ghana, I am calm. I am calm. As an average Ghanaian, making 4,000, you're rich, you know.
Ghana fixed. You are
You're
fixed.
slightly
You are
rich.
fixed.
Think about
Amongst
it.
your biz, you are the guy.
Do you remember that guy, Oswald from Our Day Oswald, right?
Yeah.
This is like an Oswald level of the universe aligning for you to get a job. You've been home on your ass doing nothing.
Nothing. For 6 years.
And I'm not even going to pretend like Nanaba and I are friends. She's blocked me, right? The point being,
Where are they?
I didn't
baby.
I'm guilty by
Oh,
association.
No,
I
was
was guilty by
that-
association. I was guilty by association.
Oh yeah, you almost friend is
Oh, no, you mama blogger.
Oh, the bloggers.
I'm more brophobia on the
Eh.
like I won't kill and where you did where I kill you from.
Right, you feel me?
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, she used to
So
work at America
Kaiser
TV,
Sausage.
that's why.
my point being,
They
right?
are blocking.
I'm not like a huge fan of hers. I don't have a shirt with her. With her teeth. Yeah, thank you. I was collateral damage, right? I'm not like a secret fanboy. I don't have a shrine of her at my house. Nothing like that. My point is, she went out of her way. Credit where credit is due. She went out of her way to make sure that this guy had a chance of life. Because let's be real, Charlie, graduates, we have plenty.
Oh, plenty.
Right?
We did
We don't have a fully functioning. Well, I don't want to get on your bad side, but we don't have a fully functioning job market.
Industry.
Industry, right?
Master, you steady.
Oh,
1 year steady.
right? And this thing came together for you, young man. Right? 4,500. Let's be sincere. That's not a thing most people get.
No.
Right? You can be a top boss somewhere, and I think a manager of like certain restaurants get like 1,000 cities.
Yeah.
1,000 cities as the manager. I don't think he was a manager where he's at.
No.
4,500.
Did he even manage?
Say again?
Did he even manage?
Well, he managed to
Did he
steal.
manage?
He managed to steal.
Oh well.
That one be a different
And this
that's
is
why
how
they
you
did that.
repay
That's a
not just the
different
person who. Bear in mind, there was no vacancies. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I need
Yeah.
someone. They like
There
They
was
didn't
no
need.
For you,
vacancy.
Nanaba, I'll
No
do it.
vacancy.
For you, Nanaba, I'll do
So
it.
she
Made
personally
a way.
Went out of
Went
her
her
way.
way to go and get this.
Thank you.
This guy's
Hey.
dickhead.
And-
Yeah.
well,
This guy.
that much is clear. That much is clear. But this is what we do. Like, and I don't know his situation, right? But I don't think any
You don't
of
need
us
to
can-
know my situation for
My
you to
point.
do that.
My point. Exactly that. I don't know
That
the
makes no
situation,
sense.
Yeah.
but I can't think of nothing unless like this dude was in some Fast and Furious
Yeah. They
type
kidnapped
situation
him
where they've
all the way
kidnapped
before-
everybody.
someone
And,
as a
you
taken
see what I'm saying? Like unless it's like on some Taken
Yeah.
level bullshit,
Yeah.
and he happens to be a Liam Neeson kind of guy. None of this makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But this is the integrity that we have, right? We can take it to any level you want, and I can tell you that we don't have, right? What is it like? You're Christian?
I'm a believer.
Fair enough. You?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Rasta
I know what you are, right? What is like?
What is she?
Huh?
What is she?
That's not relevant to the
Off-cam-
conversation.
off-cam-
We're just
No,
having
No,
a-
but you asked us anyway.
Yeah, because I don't know you guys like I know
We
her.
want to know.
That's why we're asking you. What
We
is
want
she?
to know.
What is she?
Yes.
Miss Austin. Now,
I knew. I knew it was not going to end the way I wanted
YFM
to
also
end.
plays at AM PM restaurants Fridays. Now, what I'm saying is right
You
in
play at AM.
Yeah.
I got beef with them, you know.
ABM.
Hey.
Yenwe.
I feel like this is not helpful to the podcast. Anyway,
Uncut.
uncut, right? This is for like the after hours show. Now, the Bible, there's many rules to being a Christian, right? But the main thing
This
is,
conversation cry. I have to jump in. When you
Okay.
there when my brethren lost his wallet,
Where?
$10,000.
Where?
AM PM.
When?
And one of your valet boys took it. It's on camera and
What?
everything. This is like a month ago. It's on camera and everything. We took it to airport police station. And they're saying they haven't got pen drive to come and take the CCTV.
Did you speak to my? Do you speak to Mr. Asante?
It's been like 2 months now.
I know, hold on. No. It has to be a special what?
Special pen
drive.
drive.
To do what?
Flash drive,
To
copy the
to
video.
Copy the.
Daddy. Oh,
It has to
somebody copy and give me an edit for them.
You're talking.
Sir,
You know what we've
highest
done?
order.
You're talking too much. You know what we've
No,
done?
$10,000.
$10,000 in the wallet. One of your there's a twin. There's some twins there.
Hey, she not
Go to
involved,
the
though. She
valet.
just plays music.
She just plays the
play- you play-
She's just Spotify, please.
unfortunately, where the DJ is and where the valet is.
Now when you enter, before you enter, you see there's a wall at the car park.
Yeah.
The guy was smoking a cigarette and he left it on the thing. He must have forgot.
Remember the day we went and some people were fighting over some wallets?
Was that 2 months ago?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I was there as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been an
So,
interesting.
was he a Lebanese guy? or something?
Welcome back from the
Welcome back from a commercial break.
By the way, plenty of people around, so.
That's messed up though. Sorry to hear about that.
Sorry
But
to hear
generally
about
nice place, good food, great music. Now,
Guys!
what I'm saying though is right.
I was going to say something. I just remember it's not your fault. So
Thank you. Shoot. The main thing of Christianity is the only person who can judge is
God.
right. Now,
God alone.
what often happens in Ghanaian churches? Pastor judges you in the sermon.
Yeah.
He will outline things you've done in your life as if like you're like, hang on.
Someone's been stalking.
Who? How
What
does
is
he know
the
this?
meaning of this?
Very specific. And you live in Adenta and you are here like you turn to your mother, she's there like
I didn't do nothing.
you feel me, right? The pastor will judge you. The choir leader will judge you. The
Usher.
deacons.
The
deacons.
usher.
Those
Even
are
the steward will be like, hey,
the stewards.
what's going
Forget even the congregation.
Enumbai.
Oh, she's a born one. Like, bruh, you know job before. Right? What kills me is everybody. Sorry, son. I need to learn your name. My bad.
Look,
My point being, though, everybody will judge you from pillar to post in a church, and yet we are people of integrity, and that is the thing we used to hide behind to do that judging. Meanwhile, if you are a Christian, you know the rules. Only God can judge. Why is it only Tupac fans who remember this?
It's the same thing we hide behind when, let's say, you have to give me something, right? and you haven't, and I'm so angry, and I want to like have a physical altercation with you or fight or anything, and then you have, oh no, don't do that. Oh jai, usiabutre, fanyame nankofo dinkwasi asem. Give it to God. Oh, be calm. But some people just need to be dealt with.
You know, real talk.
Real talk.
But hold on. Could this also be a factor? There are people in society that we tend. There are people in our society that we tend to call. Some say oyelong, not some more than guy.
Those are the people with integrity.
Those they happen to be the people who have some sort of integrity
and
make sure
they are often even long-winded, and I get that because if you're not long-winded in Ghana, you will get screwed.
You will get screwed.
If you don't go through the motions to protect yourself from the fuckery.
But how do these people end up the way they are being treated? Because if I am here and I'm seeing...
Let me get onto them because them man are chopid people.
You get what I'm saying?
Say that.
Someone is trying to go with the principle. This is how it's supposed to be. And everybody is seeing that person as the enemy. So then you are sitting there and you are watching and you be like, Charlie, they make a day my corner inside. So people don't speak up when they're supposed to.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, we have trained not to be outspoken. So outspoken people are always attacked. We have been trained to suffer in silence.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble. Be humble.
Be modest.
No, be proud. I say feelings. And you are supposed to take it. And that's why all these things continue, because people are not able to talk about it. Or when you talk about it or when you act crazy, then you'll be tagged.
Okay, so it goes
crazy.
back
and
to...
people are afraid of that. I don't care.
But I feel like our culture is the basis.
That's what I
Our
was
culture.
That's what I was going to
Our culture
say.
is
That it
also
goes back to
and
something I said on one of our
Christianity.
episodes, that I still believe everything has to be intentional.
Yeah.
Because maybe in America, they are not people of integrity, but their media has been able to show us that they are.
Yeah.
I said maybe because I'm in America. But when I watch their movies, so someone was saying that the whites are not corrupt. And I told him that a corrupt white man is a ha. When you watch these movies and they are crooked cops, you see the length they go to clear
be
people
crooked,
up just to But then, how many parents take it upon themselves to teach their kids? It ends after the naming ceremony when they say Okasi Yusuya. That's it.
It ends there. Like
nobody, because the father is standing in the room.
Everybody checks out. Everybody checks out.
Miniha.
So now the kid feels okay.
Now I know the game.
That's what's up.
And the thing is, everybody has to understand this, right? Children, we've all been, like, how many of us were told, don't do this thing? And we what?
Did it.
Right? Children never learn by instruction. It's almost always by example. Right?
But no, it depends though. So once upon a time, my dad promised me a bicycle if I got a particular position. Sure. Okay. So the grade I got in school
did not reflect the
promise that was made.
Yeah.
But if I was able to wipe one of the numbers out, I would make the mark.
Right. So
I don't know if you guys did it, but then there was this flower. It was green and like that. If you tear it into two, it becomes a correction fluid. So I got one.
No, it may glue right down.
No, it's so
you can do both. If you apply it the right way.
So I got one, and I mean,
See how early the guy was lying.
How old are you in this story?
I was in.
How did you even come up with this? Like,
GHS1. This was like GHS1 or something. So I did that.
DNA.
Now fast forward. I got my bicycle. Now fast forward. The old man tells me, I know what you did, but I didn't want to disgrace you. That's why I didn't come to your school.
Oh, my father would have come.
And that was my lesson. That I knew there and then that you cannot control how someone is going to confront you when you lie to them.
True.
So be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, but at least you learned something.
Exactly. That's why I was saying that it depends on who.
Someone to say, oh, if I can get away with this.
But
then
he did that for me, and I mean, it stayed between us. My
must
mom is
say-
not aware of this.
now
I
she
must
knows
say-
it's on TV.
Come on, she don't watch YouTube, but
She watches a lot of YouTube.
but does she watch?
Your mom doesn't send you 57 megabyte stuff.
No.
You need to ask her if you are truly her son.
We have different
She
metrics.
needs
out here.
to send.
It
Your
comes
mother
back
is
to
not
That
sending
was
you.
back
How
again.
did
Your
you-
mother is not sending you motivational videos. 57 megabyte, 96.
That'd be like,
And you don't see a lot of typing, and then it's one line like, "How
Me,
are you?" And she's
yeah.
typing over.
No,
and
my
over.
mom
Yeah,
is quite
once-
tech savvy, and
once-
also I don't think she really
once in a
subscribes to that. But this is not about my mom. That's another podcast. The point being, Charlie, mothers of podcasters. I feel like, bro, when it comes to this integrity thing, right? You learned a great lesson from your pops, like early on, right? Because of how he handled it, and also bear in mind because of how you internalized that lesson,
Yeah.
right? I know for a fact if I had been the one to find that correction fluid, right, and I was discovered, I wouldn't have made it to school.
no, you wouldn't have made it alive till now. I would have been dead.
You feel me?
Okay.
So testament to your dad, because his not only was the lesson plan sufficient, but the student was receptive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Barring that though, these are like personal decisions of a parent and of a child.
Yeah.
As a society, we decide that like it's only our place to say things about the things we don't like. Right? Oh, you're a DJ. Nice girls don't DJ. Girls don't DJ. Why are you out late? Kubolo, right?
I shall.
Oh,
I'll be
you want
accused
to be a filmmaker, right? Why don't you? No, like I remember I was told like, yo, if you want to be a filmmaker, that's fine. But how about you take the like 2 years to build up like your CV in other areas? If I said I wanted to be a carpenter or an engineer, do you think that I'll be told go and be like a skateboarder for 2 years?
Well, carpenter.
Nah.
They even look down on carpentry.
Well, at least no. I mean, it depends on where you are.
Hogarth level.
But my point is like if you're doing something that is at least it has like
The white collar shirts thing.
or a proven track record of being successful, right? Because nowadays, Charlie, there's all sorts of like artisans who now like make bullshit furniture and sell it for hundreds of pounds and dollars. But my point being, right? I was now told to go and do something different, just in case it doesn't work out, right?
It's like a safety net.
Yeah.
And these things that you're told, right? They all stem from this idea of like, nah, be humble, be meek, bring it down.
Yeah.
I was like the loudest kid everywhere I went, and I'm always told, kids who are loud, that's not who we are in this family. That's not who we are in this town, right?
Okay.
The ones who are loud are the ones who are going no place.
Adding on to that, have you realized Ghanaians mistake timidity to humbleness?
Yeah.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
worse than that.
And-
Worse
and-
than
and-
that. It's
and-
not just, go ahead.
Confidence with this.
And confidence with arrogance.
Yes. And beyond that, it's when people say be humble, they're not looking for you to be humble. If you
They
look at the
need-
definition
they're
of
looking
being
to
humble,
intimidate.
they want you
Submit.
to be
Yes.
subservient.
Submit.
I ain't got
Submit
time for
to
that.
me because I'm richer than you. Submit to me because I'm older than you. Submit to me
Oh, the
because
older one is the worst.
that's the worst.
I think
Right.
we'll be hit by that.
Yeah, I think that's a killer. When
And
they
it's
tell
like-
you-
Charlie, life doesn't move like that.
Nah.
In any, like even like the thing, Ghanaians love football. Can we agree? Right?
Yeah.
Charlie, sometimes the 19-year-old gets more minutes than the 22-year-old. Why? It's not about your age.
It's about the agility.
It's about the ability.
Stamina.
Right? But we always, I don't know whether it's again, this is the cultural issue. And the thing is, there are some people like who are, what do you call those people? Traditionalists or whatever that you want to call them, right? Who, when I say these things, they take it like I'm being, especially because of the way I look and the way I sound. I'm being
Yeah.
disrespectful, but I don't respect our ways.
Yeah.
And it's like, I find that we are so focused in Ghana about going backwards.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
The
back in
idea
our
that
days, we
back
used
in
to-
these days,
Back in these days.
back in my day,
Back in these
we have
days.
to. I remember like there was this one like Christmas time TV movie that came on GBC about.
Home Alone, Nana.
No, please. This is a Ghanaian made production. And the idea was like this dude in university, right, was just a player, smashing everything he could, right? his cousin was like this square guy who was, training to be a doctor. Fast forward, years later, played by the same guys with no makeup to make them look any different. Now the cousin is a full doctor, right? And then the other guy is a business guy and he's successful too. And he's still out here just beating cakes, right? And eventually, he smashes a girl that came to donate blood at the doctor's hospital when he found out that the girl has AIDS. Right? And they're cousins, by the way, right? And the playboy now obviously gets sick with AIDS. And this is like in the 90s. This is like, when did I leave? Like 95 or 6, right? So their understanding of what AIDS does, Charlie, let's just forgive them for that, right? Because they gave him like a permed wig. There was all kinds of shit on his face. And he was just like, in a coma, right? And the doctor, his cousin was treating him, which is unethical, but we'll get into that later. And then the dude's father, the dude who's dying, his father shows up to give a grand speech to close it all out. And this man, full of his principles, wearing kente, as if that was a thing people just did, is now giving a speech about how, like, Charlie, we have to go back to our roots. We have to go back, marry a village girl. Because they, pick him from the village, bring him to the city, kind of thing, right? And it's like, Charlie, time doesn't move backwards. Things change. People change. Civilizations evolve.
So,
and we are stuck on, and I feel like it's all rooted to this.
So could lies and dishonesty be the new black?
What?
Since times are changing.
What?
Are lies and dishonesty be
It
the
has
new
always
black?
been. It has always been.
Hold on, what do you
And
mean by that
ignorance as well.
exactly?
I'm
Our
asking.
lies.
You said that time moves forward and we don't go back.
Yeah.
So now I'm asking, could lies, telling lies, not being honest, having no integrity, be the new thing since we are?
Oh, as in like the new vogue?
Yeah.
My brother, it's been in vogue since like, when was independence?
1950.
We've constantly been lying on each other, right?
Or like,
Like, I remember like one time I was like I was at YFM and this one dude showed up to talk about politics, as apparently is a thing he does. But not current politics, old politics. And this dude literally just leaned back, put his
so
feet
he's
up
just one
on
of
the
them guys
table.
at the chop bar with all of his uncles drinking beer.
Not his
talking
uncles,
back in the day.
his cronies, his peoples. His peeps were with him.
Really?
And he was just like now discussing and like dismantling Nkrumah's legacy, right? From a standpoint of that guy didn't really do shit, right? And I'm like, I'm one of the people that if I don't know enough factually, right, to argue with you, even if I think you're wrong, I'm not gonna like beat my chest. I'll be quiet. But this dude is out here just having a ball, stating things that may not be facts, right? And the issue that I'm having here is that like there's no way you can deal with people, right, who are just committed to winning the argument.
Yeah.
You feel me?
They don't want to learn.
They don't. No, they don't want to learn. They're not even going to concede anything you say, right? Like, what is the thing that always happens? The loudest person
Wins the
argument. That's like the law of. I don't want to say the jungle because that have racist connotations, but that is the law of how it goes.
But it's facts though.
Yeah, that's true.
You
It's
feel me?
facts. That's been our way.
And there's this one thing I always hear in argument that you like to argue. But guess what? One person can't argue.
It's an animal kingdom thing. The person who made the loudest noise wins the argument.
One person can't argue. So the moment you are trying to get your point across, I'm trying to get, we are arguing.
Yeah.
And you cannot deal. You can't.
So what brought us to this point?
We are still talking about integrity.
No, what brought us to
What brought us to this
not
stage?
being integrity?
How did we end up
How
here?
did we end up here? Why did we turn out this way?
I feel like there's a way in which we sort of process things, or our ancestors process things.
I think it's religion.
That's no, but that's
we
I'm
base our-
leading into it. It's all
Okay,
part of it,
okay.
right? So, for instance, I don't know how many of y'all have had real conversations with like your like elders, right? And it's like if you ever hear about something that really fucked up that happened to like your grandma or your great aunt, right? They always act as if, it's fine, it happened, I'm over it, right?
Yeah.
Or And that's if you're lucky. More often than not, they just do not even acknowledge that it happened, right?
Or do not talk about it with you.
Repression. Because when we were going through, because people don't like, my African American friends never understand. You were taken, right? We were captured at home. It was nice and polite, but we were essentially not free. You don't get independence in your own country.
That's worse.
How is that? Why is Ghana? How old are we now?
60, baby.
60 something, right? How is a country 60 something years old, right? We were imprisoned at home. What's crazy is the same systems applied there and here, right? We were given religion, right? We were told this God who condones slavery, Old Testament, check your facts, right? He has your back, and he wants me to enslave you. Trust in him, trust in me, and everything's gonna be fine, right? Like, you can't tell me that like maybe this is just me watching too many of these like Django Unchained movies, right? But if you ever see how it was a badass film and a bad man. But my point being, if you ever seen like the way a plantation layout works, you know for a fact that the slaves outnumbered the slave masters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? And yet, how many revolts happened? At least that we heard about.
Nothing.
No.
Right?
No.
And the same thing here. You can't tell me there was more people here during colonialism than there were Ghanaians.
There were sometimes like
And yet.
5 masters.
And yet.
But yes, still.
Yeah, five
So
masters.
when you bring religion into it, I'm saying it's all part of the same welcome package, right? And whether you believe in Jesus, whether you're Jewish or Muslim or Sikh, whatever it is, right? Or if you just believe in like the ancestors, which is a very complicated situation because frankly, where are you learning that from? But do you?
How do you keep up?
Right? But my point being, like, there's so much in the way that we do things. And maybe as Ghanaians, Charlie, we just learn to just, I remember one time on when what's that app that everybody like just listens to people talk?
TikTok?
No, not TikTok. That's videos. Clubhouse. When Clubhouse like was hot in Ghana, somebody was asking in the Clubhouse, did Ghana get independence too quickly?
Huh?
You see what I'm trying to say? This is the mentality I'm talking about. The accept the bad stuff and just gloss over it. And that's how like you have
people are even mad we had it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's people who still feel like that. We would have been
Yeah,
great.
people want to go back.
We would have been great under because the argument being we don't know what the fuck we're doing. They at least had a plan, right? And the issue that I'm talking about here is like in the mentality of all of this stuff, right? You're dealing with people who are just so rooted in their faith in this system, whether it works or whether it doesn't, right? And they don't want to hear what you have to say, right? Like, let's be real. If a man is outside angry that you slept with his girl, how likely are you to go out there and be like, hey, man, listen, King, you know, she came to me for some vitamin D.
Relax.
It was fine. She still, like, how likely are you to go out there and tell him the
It
facts?
was an accident.
No, I
I slipped.
Right.
And I fell on
My
her.
point is, how likely are you to go out there and confront him with love and honesty?
I think
My man is outside with
out
a,
of
with
respect for his feelings, I wouldn't go out.
there you go. There you go. You see what I'm trying to say? When you know somebody is
You've done the
not,
same energy that the woman came up to me.
No, you have
Like,
done
let's go.
enough damage. Why do you want to go
I hear
and
that.
Yo,
But
what's up?
my larger point is that, like,
I want to be abrasive, man.
This is not
but I
a
was just
Medi
like,
moment.
I'm going to steal that. But my larger point is, if you know this person is not going to listen to reason, why bother? And that's what we have to deal with.
Dialogue, if you
Right?
are not gonna listen to you.
People believe like that. We shouldn't. We left. What do you call it? Colonial rule too soon, as if they were giving us like secrets. Like, yo, you know, if you sell the cocoa to each other. No, that wasn't what it was, right? So for me, the idea that like we just became sort of these people who don't like to deal in truth, and that's who we are. Ghana for your penocry. Let's
You know what I think? I think we base it on religion so much.
It's
our
religion.
morals. It stems from religion.
Morals.
And so when I fuck up, I go back and I pray to Jesus. And
But you know,
the blood
don't
washes
think-
away everything.
I don't think religion
So I
has
carry-
anything to do with
It's
it.
got
goes
everything
back
to do with it.
our system.
No,
think
it's
it's all
all
about
about.
the
You know why I said that?
No,
You
you
know
know
why
what
I
I'm
said that?
saying.
You know why I said that?
I get your point.
You know why I
But
say
you
that?
see, it's very typical in a typical Ghanaian
In the
society.
Western world,
if you mess up, we have something we call gantoa.
What's the meaning of that?
So ganetoa. So like I fuck up, I do something wrong, and he's pissed. Now I come and see you that this is what I did.
Nti kopa choma me.
Choma me.
Sound kwasi ade
Then
no.
she, like the elder in the
When
family,
you were named-
will lead
will
you
lead
That one
and
too.
say,
That one too.
because things happen in African or Ghanaian families
And
that they
it's
cover
never
up.
dealt
so
with.
much.
People
It's
are being
never
molested.
ever
It's
addressed.
never
And
ever
then-
dealt with.
Never.
Say that again.
addressed.
Say that again. What you just said. People
Like
are being
a
what?
lot happen in Ghanaian families.
Yeah.
Some
Kids
uncle will
molest-
go molest some
Yep.
kiddie,
Yep.
and then the Ebusuapenyin go set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have this Akan proverb. Yinsin to my fin wa wanting.
Aye.
So we can't let
We can't let everybody
hear
know
about
about
it.
in our
And
family.
bear in mind,
So
that's-
it is.
Oh,
So
bro.
I was gonna. it has something to do with where we are coming from. And
Absolutely.
Like you guys have been dealing with.
Absolutely.
But also, I think it has something to do with our parenting style.
Yeah.
Culture.
There's
Or
a
lack
big
thereof.
problem with
So
that.
it
because
all just
culture.
it goes back to
So the
culture.
habits
Culture.
become
And
culture.
religion.
Because
And
I'm
religion.
enjoying my dad
Very-
now than I did when I was a kid. Because
Right.
And
Because you're
also
not a kid
religion.
anymore.
yes, so now he's like my friend.
Exactly.
We have conversations, but once upon a time I know he's going to be like, Uncle, your homework. So I won't even be in the hall for
The
him
hall
to tell
with
me to
him,
go and
right.
do my homework. There's no conversation. There's no mother.
There is no
daughter
relationship in that way, yeah.
No.
Oh, wow,
It's
it's lucky to
green.
have
It's so
a
green to the girl.
father-daughter
When I mean, you see,
relationship.
because
I feel you.
when you watch certain movies, you hear the man tell the son, "This is not us. We don't do this." Have you heard that in real life before? So it's like the Frimpong family that I'm coming from. I don't even know what we are supposed to be. Like
Where your man's from?
mrane. Frimpong mrane. Mi di anka say kwaku Frimpong na Frimpong no mrane. Yes, so you see, nobody is telling anybody the style of the family.
Right.
So then, you
Me, my problem is, especially with families, right? We never deal with situations. It's always
Just let
comes
them
from,
do.
aside the cultural aspect, it's the religion too. It's like, oh, would you see abotre?
Listen, somebody could have stolen your wife. Someone could have stolen your wife and you're about to beat him and they're telling you,
And then they
oh,
forgive the person. That's the
the
Christian way. But you never deal with the situations, and people are always passive aggressive, and it's just a whole mess.
And the last thing I'll say is that
emotion.
Oh,
everything was slide.
yeah, that one here. You know
And
that
the
you
worst
can't
part
mess
is that
up.
like this is what I'm realizing, right? Consequences matter.
Yes.
Right? So every single time you've allowed, whether it's the uncle who is like snatching the kiddies, whether it's the father who is spending the what do you call it? The
college fund and things.
on gambling and whatnot, with booze and horse, right?
address it.
The point always remains: if it's not addressed, if it's not dealt with, what happens? They skate and they do it again.
Yeah.
Enable.
Right? If I don't tell you, bro, Uncle Derek, he's a bit funnier. Don't be in a room with him, right?
Exactly.
Even that, they even tell you in a way where you're like, I don't know why not. He's cool, right? Then we don't openly discuss stuff, and then when things go wrong, it's gonna be famanyame. It's gonna be cool.
Okay. So I think we've had a beautiful conversation about the integrity we do not have as Ghanaians.
Indeed.
So
So
we didn't talk about the windscreen cleaners and.
we could go on and on. You are telling us to stop.
Okay.
I was going to bring it in, but then
all
if you
right,
want us to
let's-
continue.
let's-
Windscreen clean. I'm just kidding.
Let me tell you about yourself. No.
Okay.
Let's wrap up.
So this was this was a beautiful conversation about integrity.
Yeah.
And then I mean we've pointed out a lot of things: culture, religion, family values. People just don't want to say the truth because people don't like people who say the truth because the truth hurts.
We're not truth-loving people.
It just a bleed, you know. People just don't want to hear the truth because it's Onimsa enye, but say one can't share then he's
Not
fine.
even that, bro. I feel like people
he feels offended.
Yes.
people are more mad that you told
them
Yeah.
than on the fact that they've done
No,
certain
you're
things.
using the wrong word. You didn't tell on anybody. You're telling them
Tell
the
the
truth.
truth.
So once upon a
Understand?
time,
But that's what I
I knew
mean.
a guy who had a girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
and I knew another guy
Whose
who
girlfriend
was
was the
seeing
girl?
that
The
girl.
same girl.
Now I looked at the two guys,
Oh, yeah, snitch.
and I could tell who was going to take the girl serious. So I told him, "Yo, this your girl is sleeping with this my guy. Tell her I said she's sleeping with this my guy. If she says it is not true,
Sell out.
call me."
Sell out.
You know, under normal circumstances, it's supposed to be.
I want to
tell
just
her.
hold up.
I want him. If she says it's not true, call me.
Oh, yeah,
I want to just point out that the entire room just turned against you,
Oh, yeah,
But when I grew up,
right?
you
You realize
a
you can
friend
shut.
of mine introduced me to his girlfriend,
I see.
and another friend introduced me to his girlfriend.
The same
They
girl.
happened to be the same girl.
pagan.
Usher has a song about that.
And now, I didn't say anything to her. I just told the guy who is not taking the girl serious that this girl is...
Pagan. Let's wrap up.
I mean, he didn't care. But the guy who took the girl serious, I couldn't say anything to him. Because
Yeah.
I could tell how much the girl
They
meant
say
to
that
me.
intelligence, right, is knowing how to get out of, is how to get out of a problem. But wisdom is avoiding it altogether.
So that's why I said when I grew up, it happened again.
I know.
And then I knew how
That's
to deal
why I
with it.
said that.
So, folks, this was a conversation about integrity. We hope that moving forward, we four here are so much going to have a lot of integrity. Yeah, that kind of crap. You guys should also show some sort of integrity. I mean, in your daily. No, but people, it be serious thing they talk about. No.
Even as
How can my
simple as
landlady
That-
even as simple as
How can my landlady charge me
you
for
won't put
things?
any more, maybe.
Since
But
she's
you
not
see how they
paying-
bro.
My guy,
My
my former landlord would be like, yo, the place will be ready in
5 months.
July.
I had to go crazy.
December.
On the way.
The thing-
That one, no. That one is fishy. Sometimes we're depending on somebody to bring something.
No,
or
sir.
Do something.
If you have told me to bring money to make the place ready,
and I've given you the money.
and I've given you the money, I don't want to hear shit.
For
Hey!
5 months.
yeah, Janine is
For 5 months, right? This guy did us cobra.
One time we even showed up and he was like, "Did you really expect to be
when
ready?"
you
The court
finally said
process
the
now.
place was ready.
Man,
it's
it's
still-
from poverty as well.
It's not poverty.
How can it be poverty?
Rich
It's
people
not
are
poverty.
dickheads too.
And yeah, we were a bit of a home it's greed. It's not poverty.
No, I mean sometimes
It's
you see,
greed.
if you're a person of
Sometimes-
integrity,
So you see,
Always
when you
you
see
live
me
with
and
common
him,
sense
right?
a lot.
Sometimes
When you
always-
see me and him,
If
first
you're
of
a
all,
person-
I look like a kid. I look harmless, right? He looks like you know me. So people
That's what
think
she look.
I look
She just
harmless.
look it.
He looks like he has money. So when people see us together,
Sugar
it's like,
daddy!
bro, nyaba. I want to make sure I'm not doing you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why she will start speaking
No.
English and she will switch.
The
to
landlord
The Coke, please,
messed
sir.
us up
Sir.
for 5 months, and then all the while I was like, I was being cool with him until last day when I couldn't take it anymore. Me flippy here, but me flippy and me friend on fat. Or my friend on fast. Let me who say I realized that if I don't speak out and he comes down and I'm cool down, I can't say all the things I had to say. So I started voice noting him back to back. You know what he told him? If that's how I'm going to behave, he won't allow me to live in the house. One power that Sikano watch it now and I'm out.
It will happen.
We had to go to police station.
On that level.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Oh no, well, yeah, too query. So he
How much is Scano?
no, I just cannot. He had the money.
So
when
where's
we
the money
got to
now?
the police, no.
This is
So
like
he had
done.
gotten the money, and for 5 months he was tossing us. So I had to go crazy, and so the funny thing is, I wasn't insulting him at Kwasi. I was just stating
I
facts.
think we should have
And
an
he was
episode on
mad about
landlords
it.
and landladies.
And
I
then
agree.
when
How
we went-
dare you? By your small girl though. How dare you?
How dare you? Me.
Yes, because the older person is always right.
Not like some
So police station, and I am